Welcome back to Seen It Before, where we're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan, and our part 2 of our madness of 2, Joker.
Hey,
Folie,
we're two of us on a podcast.
Yeah, we're mad. We're mad here. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Anyway, so Joker, Folie. I don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever.
I'm not French. I took Spanish.
All I know is it's madness of 2, so we're gonna go with that. So we were. I was making the joke when we were in the theater. It's like, what if we just walk out of this right now and just say our podcast is 5 seconds long.
Bullshit our way through.
No. It's 5 seconds long, and we're just like, all right, that's podcast. Bye.
Okay, yeah, I'd do that.
Bye. And
it was a 10 p.m. showing, so
it was very late, and it was a 2 hour and 20-minute movie.
Yeah, and I got out of work. That's why we had to go at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to, but I did.
Yes, but we.
And then we had
if one of us is going to see this,
night.
we both got to see it. So
we both got to sacrifice together.
Yeah. Suffer.
Sacrifice my own life for Pakistan.
Yes, but what? Wait, what?
Oh, I forgot. You're a millennial. You're not on that side of TikTok.
No, I'm not.
I mean, that was a while ago.
TikTok.
Everybody knows.
I'm a zillennial. Thank you very much.
I'm a zillennial. You're a millennial. You're like the last year of millennial.
But I'm also on the last year, so I'm also kind of Gen Z.
No, because zillennial is like, it starts at 97 and then stops at 2006, I think.
That's Gen Z. That's the whole Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z.
Oh, okay.
But there's like that weird gap before the internet really took off in like 2000. So like people from like 97 to 2000, they're kind of like known as the
What about 96?
Zillennials.
I would have been 4 years old when the internet was a big thing. I would not be able to
But you don't have TikTok, so you're not really a Gen Z. So, you know what I mean?
I'm more of an Instagram Reels guy.
Oh, God. You fucking said that.
Anyway, so before we actually start talking about the Joker, let's get to it. Joker, Folie Deux. It's time for compliment sandwich. So, it's our spoiler-free review. So, 2 good things, 1 bad thing about Joker, Folie Deux. All right. So, this movie is not as bad as everyone's making it out to be. The music's pretty good. The pacing is not as bad as I was expecting from some of the reviews I was seeing. It actually kept me interested most of the film. It didn't feel like it dragged too bad. But yeah, so pretty well done. For the bad thing, I guess it's not terrible, but like Arthur Fleck kind of takes a step back in his character development in this film, and he kind of reverts back to Arthur and not the Joker. And we don't. At the end of Joker, he was literally all this methodical, chaotic martyr, for better lack of a term. And this movie kind of feels like a 2-hour epilogue to that movie. Kind of. I don't know. And overall, these 2 movies are similar on many different aspects. But this one has more emphasis on Arthur's split personality and how it affects him being a martyr for his followers. I
have a compliment sandwich as well. I'm going to think of it off the top of my head. I liked the look and direction of this movie. Todd Phillips, I think he's got a real keen eye for, or whoever the cinematographer is, and direction. I think the little bit of the cartoon in the beginning and the kind of foreshadowing about what's going to happen, and the way he's like directing the even the musical scenes. I thought those were really good. One bad thing though, it's like it's something about it didn't like. It's not the Joker, right? It's not like Batman Joker, and I think you need to understand that. Based on the last movie, I think that was kind of clear, but people I think are hating on this movie because it's not the Joker that you know from the comics. But on the other hand, though, like I thought it was just fine. I think adding it into this Batman mythos is sort of doing it a disservice because I thought it told a decent story about, or like continuation about Arthur from the last movie.
Okay, all right, I like it. Yeah. So now we're gonna get into another new thing, right, Danny? We're gonna do another new.
Yeah, we get the
6 degrees.
6
of Kevin
degrees.
Bacon.
Yeah. So okay. So we So anyone who knows 60 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is where you connect two seemingly disparate actors and link them in a chain from actor to actor, movie to movie. We didn't really go over the ground rules. Are we using directors and writers and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's what I did.
I thought of it only through actors.
That's good.
Or
That's
from my
smart.
link. So if you can get to the mine quicker, then that's good. Yeah. So the goal is to get from one actor to the other within 6. And it's called 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon because I guess Kevin Bacon was like the link for everything when everyone was coming up with this game.
Apparently.
And
I think I know what the link is now. Any big franchise.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I used any, did I? I don't know. But anyway, so our starting actors are either Joaquin Phoenix or Lady Gaga. Mine that
You're Lady Gaga, right?
What?
You're Lady Gaga, right?
Yeah, I came up with one for Lady Gaga. You came up with
One for Joaquin Phoenix. Yes.
We have to, and so, but the other actor for each of ours is a surprise. So,
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
do you want to go first?
Yeah, all right. So Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Lady Gaga to
Oh, boy.
Conor McGregor.
Okay.
I also have a
Lady
different
Gaga
one.
is in A Star is Born. A Star is Born also stars Bradley Cooper, who is in... Bradley Cooper is in Venom. Wait, no, he's not. I'm going to go to a franchise. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy also stars... Avengers Infinity War, which also stars Tom Holland, Far From Home, Jake Gyllenhaal, Roadhouse.
There you go.
Conor
You got it. Yeah, nice. So I had Lady Gaga and Stars Born Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
I went to American Hustle with Christian Bale, and then I went to Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Oh.
Then
Okay.
Brokeback Mountain.
Kind of a franchise.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I went Brokeback Mountain with Jake Gyllenhaal. Then I got the Roadhouse with Conor McGregor.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, your turn. It's Joaquin Phoenix to Chevy Chase.
Fuck me. Holy shit. Chevy Chase. All right, so Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix was in Her with Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson was in... Okay, yeah. Scarlett Johansson was in Lost in Translation with Bill Murray. Bill Murray was in... Are we counting TV shows?
Yeah, sure. We're counting producing directors, so sure.
Bill Murray was on SNL with Chevy Chase.
Perfect.
I got it.
All right, you got it in faster than me. So I had Joaquin is in The Village, which also stars William Hurt. William Hurt, Captain America: Civil War, directed by the Russos, who are producers on Community, which also stars Chevy Chase.
Oh, yeah, nice. That's a good. I like you went outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I went like all around. I was like, okay, wait.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff.
We did it.
Now we get to talk about this behemoth.
This movie, yes.
All right.
Joker, Folie, Deux is directed by Todd Phillips. So it starts off with the...
oh, by the way, you mentioned in your spoiler-free review, the cinematographer, same guy as the first one. Same person as the first one. So it's like the same crew for this.
That was something that, like, in the last one, everyone really was like, wow, the look of this. Like, I remember everyone, because I was, like, really into film like YouTube at the time.
Film bro.
They're like, how do you copy, like, the look of Joker? Like, they had, like, a LUT for it and everything. They're like, here's how you do it.
Jesus Christ.
So, like, the look of the film, really cool. I like the kind of, like, it's not exactly as, like, dark and gothic or, like, brutally 7-ish gothic like the Batman franchise is, but it's still grimy enough to be kind of like that kind of
But
look.
also trying to take a Chicago style flair in this one.
Yeah.
It's very Chicago is what I was getting from it.
I think they were going for 1980s New York, which
this takes place in the 80s for sure.
That was confusing though, because I brought it up right after we walked down the movie, because like at the end of I guess spoilers, they say the people of New York City versus Arthur Fleck, but I thought they were in Gotham. So it's like, is it a borough of New York City?
I always think they got Gotham from New York City. Like, I think...
Oh, yeah. Gotham City is based off... It's like amalgamation of Gotham... or
Chicago
and New York. And
yeah. So I guess they're just trying to make it more realistic, but it also takes place in New Jersey, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with this movie.
I mean, that's a pretty big error. Like if they if they just call it New York City.
I think they must have done it for a reason, but also, I mean, this movie is all about trying to make you think you're going crazy, and it worked. So this would also be another implication to make you think you're crazy. It's like, wait, did they really say that? So
I found myself kind of getting wrapped up. They're really good. Todd Phillips is really good at or the writing is really good at kind of getting you in the mindset of Arthur. Like in the last one, I was like, I was so like actually depressed watching it because like it's so easy to get dragged into his point of view and like society sucks and this constant like barrage of just unfairness and stuff, and you really feel for him. So in this movie, I really got wrapped up in the whole romance between like the instant kind of like, you know, love at first sight thing kind of with Lady Gaga because she's singing and she's pretty and, you know, and so I'm thinking like, wow, this is like, you know, like for once this guy, you know, who has nothing finally has something. And we see throughout the movie that, and okay, so I did get the vibe that like Lady Gaga is definitely in control, or
she's in control.
She's in control of this whole thing, which is the exact opposite of what the classic Joker Harley relationship is. And I like that they went a different route because like, you know, we've seen it before, right? So
yes,
you know, the fact that we're going in this direction in you're already in Arthur's shoes, I thought was really well done. And I liked kind of like how the Joker persona has sort of given him more confidence right in the beginning. Because you see him like, he has this air of like and when he's in Arkham Asylum and he's like dumping out his piss pot and stuff, he's got this kind of quiet dignity to him where he's just kind of like, I'm the Joker, you know, I don't have to say anything. I already got respect out of here. Even the guards sort of are kind to me-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, tell me a joke, Fleck. Yeah, that kind of thing with Brendan Gleeson. Yeah.
But he's got like kind of like this like weird kind of friendly-ish rapport with them.
Yeah.
I mean, then it's, you know, obviously there's that scene where he gets a cigarette from him and he's like, hey, thanks, buddy. He slaps him on the back and then wham! Instant smack in the back of the head. So I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, so this is that kind of relationship. That, you know, just pretend that it's, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's like when that happened, like I was like so in Arthur's shoes. So I'm thinking like, oh, you know, they're buddies now. You know, it's fine. Oh, they're not.
Yeah.
You know, instant kind of a whiplash right there.
Yes, very, very big emotional whip.
Yeah.
Not even emotional whiplash, but yeah. So let's talk about I mentioned in my spoiler-free review that he kind of takes a step back in his development. Because, again, he was this very confident, very methodical character at the end of the first one. You expect that kind of going to this 2 years later type of epilogue thing. But, like, I don't know. I just didn't really buy that he was, I don't know, back to Arthur Fleck. So that's another thing. Like, that's another thing this whole movie was trying to get across is that is anything real? Does he actually have multiple personality disorder? Does he have any of this actual stuff? That's a lot of things that were going on in my brain this whole movie. It's like,
with the whole Arthur retracting or like going backward in character development. I think I'm looking at that like two different ways. One way I think is really cool and interesting.
Okay.
Another way, kind of surface level, it doesn't make too much sense, right? So the kind of like what they're kind of telling you throughout the whole first movie is like the Joker is really Arthur's true identity. And obviously in this movie he does backtrack. He's like he is this symbol now of anarchy and like he's kind of the conduit for all this like social injustice and this anger, this righteous anger and for the public. And eventually he realizes that he can't live up to that standard. And so, but it is contradictory for the first movie because the first one is saying the Joker is the Arthur's true identity. But I think a more interesting way to look at it is if you're seeing the whole first movie as him, as like a last resort. He's discovered that being Arthur himself is just not cutting it, and then he just kind of he he breaks and then he becomes the Joker as kind of like another coping mechanism, I guess, where he's like, he pretends as long as he possibly can to be this Joker thing, and he finds out that it works. And so when he, and now because the Joker can be this vessel for him to let out all his anger towards society, and that's why we find him in the beginning where he's just like, I'm the Joker, like I'm really comfortable being this guy, this new person of me. But then you start to realize throughout the movie where the stakes get too high for him, because he's like, I can't really be this symbol, like it's not me. You know what I mean?
Especially with the scene with Puddles, and everything.
Yeah, that was
So it reminds him that he's just Arthur. Like he did this to all these people. He's just like, what have I done? Basically.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, ultimately why in the end he decides to, like, I don't know, to obviously be his own lawyer and then just not call any more witnesses. He's like, you know what? I killed all these people. I did all of this. It's all my doing, and I'm sorry, basically. So
yeah, because like it's like kind of like a melancholic kind of thing, because he's like he saw what his symbolism was kind of doing to all of the entire city, and then the Puddles like was, he was like, I liked you, Arthur, like you were like, we were like the only friends at the place.
You own those are nice to me.
Yeah, it's like you didn't make fun of me, and I didn't make fun of you, and because it's kind of like a
shared trauma
throwback to the where he's like he let him go. He's just like, you were the only one who was nice to me. You can leave. He's like, okay, he couldn't reach the line. So he's like realizing like I can't let what happened to me as a kid, all the abuse I suffered. And while I feel good being the Joker, and it's only going to let other people suffer, and so he's doing kind of the right thing, but also he loses in every single way because of that decision. He loses the love of his life for the first time in his life. He has something, but he needs to do the right thing and not let this chaos continue. And so again, antithetical to what the Joker is. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like you saw Bike Riders, right?
Yes, I saw it with you.
Oh yeah, okay. So you know what I mean? So it's like that thing. It starts off this innocent kind of biker gang. You inspire these people who are the younger guys are like, let's fucking I like being this real shit. That's how it devolved into this thing. And that's what kind of happened with Arthur here. He was like, I'm going to be this Joker.
Becomes anarchy.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. And then Clay kills JT.
So long to say that.
God. But yeah, so I like that kind of interesting route that the writing took. But like I can definitely understand because of that, it's like exactly the opposite of what the Joker is.
Yes. Yes. So the whole plot of this is the whole courtroom drama, and he's going to court. Was any of it real?
Oh, I thought I took it to that all the actual court scenes
because
were real.
When we flash back at the end and he's just watching TV and all that stuff, it seems like he's just been watching TV this whole time, and he's kind of just like, I don't know, like maybe this would happen or something like that, and then he gets shivved because like Brendan Gleeson gets him a call. Maybe he was just fed up with Joker, and that's where he gets stabbed, shivved many times, and killed.
Oh, he
was paid off or something like that.
I just put that together. So there wasn't ever a visitor?
Yeah, there was. There's never a visitor.
Because it was in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, who was going to visit him? Because like, Lee doesn't want to see him anymore. Because his mom's dead.
Yep.
Killed his mom. There's maybe Puddles. I don't know.
Like, how much of the Lee stuff was even real? Like, obviously, that weird scene when she was in the fucking prison cell with him, I was like,
there's no way.
What the fuck was that?
So that was weird. And, like, how easily they get out
of the prison. Get out of
the,
Like, sure, them actually me seeing in the hallway at the music scene, sure. Him actually in the class, sure. Them watching the movie together, sure. How much else is actually...
Yeah, it's like
real. Like they could have, the whole fire thing could have been made up too. So just to get them out of there, like that.
Yeah, because what we saw was Zazie Beetz. Like we know that he has the tendency to make these
fantasy
narratives in his head, and he sees this pretty girl once, and then instantly she's obsessed with him. And it's like it's her plan was to meet him, right? That Ursi says. So she's like, I'm going to check myself into this mental hospital in a different ward than he's in. Then what does she expect to happen? Like, does she expect him to just kind of be walking by one day and then do like the love at first sight thing? Like, does she expect that to happen? Like, it seems very coincidental how this all kind of unfolds.
And she also doesn't interact with anyone else in the court scenes.
She doesn't. Oh, wait, no, I thought she said hi to the lawyer, though.
Did she? I don't know.
Yeah, because the lawyer can get her a seat, and so he's like, can
but
you
like,
get
she just gets
a
closer
seat?
Every time. Like, she doesn't.
Yeah, but remember, he writes on the pad, like, he doesn't give a shit about what's happening, like, on the actual case. He just tells his lawyer, can you get her closer next time?
Yeah, but how do we know that she doesn't? That could be a delusion of his. Like,
oh, it could, yeah. But I remember there's like a quick little shot of Lady Gaga saying or talking or like kind of like miming to the lawyer. I thought.
Oh, I didn't see that. Maybe it was there, but like, see, I didn't see that, so I was like, okay.
I took it is either like either all of it has to be a fantasy because her just being like giving like one of the guards let me in and weird, right? And then
yeah,
but then there's also like the lawyer tells Arthur that like she's this rich girl, she checked herself in, all this information and stuff.
So no, yeah, she was a real patient and everything, but only inside of Arkham. Like outside of Arkham, who knows if she was actually there? Besides that one scene that you're saying that happened, but I didn't see it. So maybe I'm just crazy, which is very possible.
Oh,
but
Madness of Two.
Oh my God.
Only a do. I'm taking it as like most of the movie, like the actual movie part is definitely real. All the musical scenes are fake or like, fantasy.
Well, obviously that is all fantasy, yes.
So fantasy inside of a fantasy?
Yeah, let's talk about some of the musical scenes because some of them were actually very well done.
Yeah, I thought a lot of them made sense. The only one at the payphone I think was either dragged on a little bit,
Yeah,
like we couldn't have.
I wasn't a fan of that one. The first song he did while watching the TV and everything, that one was really good. I forget what song that was. Like where he was watching TV and then everybody's just like playing it.
Yeah. There's like it was like I finally have something like.
And then we see the dude that stabs him in the background. Most of that scene.
Yeah, I was like waiting, like who is this guy? Is this some sort of like
He does look like a young Heath Ledger. I will say that.
Well, yeah, because in the background, after he stabs Arthur at the end, he's like cutting his lips.
I didn't like that. I hated that whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yes, because you don't want to like. Yeah, sure, it could be an homage, but like. That's like the Joker most people love, like I do. He is my favorite Joker. Whoa. So, like, why would you even do that? Like, try to even make any kind of mention that he is the younger Heath Ledger's Joker. I'm like, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth. I did not like that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think he is exactly the Heath Ledger Joker because
no,
the Heath Ledger Joker.
But that's what they're going for.
I guess, yeah, but. Heath Ledger was calculated, calm and calculated. You never really saw him go crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He just kind of like
calculated madness.
He just knew how to push Batman's buttons. And like that was so great. What was so great about him, because like he had this like persona of craziness, but he was pretty collected the whole time. This guy who stabs Arthur, classic like, Cletus Cassidy, like I'm crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying he is Heath Ledger's Joker, but that's who most people are going to interpret that to be.
Oh, yeah, because he's got the Glasgow smile. Yeah. I think the music...
Back to the music, yeah.
The musicals.
Let's face the music.
Bill and Ted?
No.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, now I'm sad.
So, the Harley and Joker show musical where she shoots him, that was some good foreshadowing. I did like that because that's kind of where he gets stabbed too, in the abdomen. It's like, oh... interesting. Like all this is a lot of foreshadowing in some of these musical scenes, which I like. That's what a musical should be. But some of the music was replayed a lot and kind of made you feel like you're going crazy. Like, what? How many times are we going to hear this song? So it's like a meta way of, them making you feel crazy again. It's like, okay, we get it. Just, come on, stop playing the same song over and over again.
See, that's the thing. I didn't know it was the same song over and over again. It just all kind of felt like the same type of music. I just thought it was different songs. But
there
like,
are different.
I didn't.
No, there are different songs in there. But
I can't really remember any of the music though.
Yeah. Some of them are repeated though. Like
Was the Mountain Song? Was that
Mountain Song?
Was that repeated a little bit?
No, that was a Sammy Davis Jr. song. But
I didn't even know.
yeah, that one wasn't repeated.
I don't know music.
No, we know. Well, I know.
I know specifically 2007 to 2013 Warped Tour, and anything Johnny Craig after that. Oh boy.
What were we talking about?
The music.
The music. Okay. I got totally derailed there. Yeah. And then there's the wedding scene that was weird.
Wedding scene.
Like it was like a wedding fantasy musical thing where they were singing, and what's his face Puddles was officiating.
Oh,
it was really weird.
Yeah, it was like right after his testimony. I'm like,
yeah,
they're friends. Yeah,
and then like there's this curved kind of roadway that kind of looks like the road going to Arkham. I'm just like, oh god, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
there's so many of these little hidden things. I'm just like, oh my god. No, I'm thinking about it more. I'm just like, oh my god.
Like I can definitely see what they were going for. Like they were doing this musical as like Arthur found like his song and the love of his life, and and it's everything to do with that love story is gonna have some sort of music involved. Mm-hmm. Even when she's like breaking up with him, basically, she's still singing, and he's just like saying, "Can we just stop fucking singing just for 1 second?" And so, but like that's her whole thing, and I like what she says. Like, she's like, "All we had was the fantasy, and you ruined it." Mm-hmm. And like I like what you're saying about the variety show part, where like I would have liked that whole like number maybe to be at the end, and not kind of spliced like after she shoots him, because like I think I would have liked it just to be kind of like only said, just be like, like, well, she's like lying to you about this stuff, and then have the conversation like, are you lying to me? And then she's like, no, don't worry about it. Let's sing a song.
Shoots him in the back, because that would have been like, because she stabs him in the back.
Oh yeah,
that would have worked better, I think, because she would do that. Well, no, maybe she wouldn't do that, because like she wants them to do it together, but like she wouldn't like stab him in the back to just like take over everything. Like she would, because she's a follower. She's not really she's a very loyal follower, but she's not the leader. So that's kind of what they're going at. She may be in control, but she's not she wouldn't want to run everything.
She's like the hand of the king.
Yeah.
She's kind of running stuff, but she doesn't want to be like the brunt of like the symbol.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like that. Well, yeah, I just feel you feel real bad for Arthur, because it's like, even as this mythical symbol for anarchy and like he's found his thing, right? He's still used and abused by the people around him. And it's like he just kind of can't escape that abuse in any way. And it's just kind of a sad story where it doesn't offer much to people who are kind of like struggling with what Arthur would be struggling with. Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, you're screwed either way, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. You're fucked.
Another one of the testimonies was Zazie Beetz' character, which I didn't expect her to come back for this one, but that was cool. And she didn't come back for Deadpool and Wolverine. She came back for this. Weird. Anyway. I
don't know.
Sorry. Anyway. Just a little salty about that. Anyway, so she is talking about his mother and how she was when Arthur wasn't around, basically saying he's a piece of shit. Oh, he's my happy. And it's a story she made up and everything. And then there's all the abuse stuff and all that stuff. And he's just like blocking all that out. You can see he's just like, nope, don't want to think about this. And then he goes into his fantasy. Which fantasy does he go into at that point? Because I think he goes into one of them. I forget which one it is.
Oh, I think it's the one where he beats the shit out of everybody in the courtroom.
Yeah.
So it's all his anger kind of bubbling to the surface. Like, totally get it.
Yeah.
But to see that, to kind of get on record that, like, because you didn't really get that vibe. Like, you just thought the mom was just mentally ill and crazy from the beginning. But to think that she kind of was self-aware.
Yeah. Like, she was definitely off the rocker, but, like,
But it's like another thing. Like, she's textbook narcissist, right? Mm-hmm. She does all of this shit to him. She's the cause of his laugh, his mental illness, all this shit in his complex, and and then even behind closed doors, she's still talking shit about him.
The creator of all his pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we're going.
Of all your pain. To see, which by the way, he should be he could be a good
Christoph
Joker.
Waltz would have been pretty good. He would have been pretty good in this movie somewhere, but
Yeah.
the judge. Oh, he could have been the judge.
That would have been, yeah, he would have been, yeah.
Too much
Anyway.
money. He's too much money.
He is, yeah. You won an Oscar, you know? Yeah, so like the mom is like, on paper now, like just the worst person ever.
Yep, and it just makes that's another stamp on his life. She's just like, you know what? Whatever. And
Yeah, it's just another hit, you know?
he keeps taking them.
Yep. But then that leads to him launching into this whole like, you know, I just want to kill everybody. I just want to burn it all down.
And that's when the whole court blows up.
Yeah. So, which it's still unclear kind of who did that.
Yeah,
So it wasn't Lee.
It was obviously one of his followers. And it's kind of cool that whole thing was a one shot even into the car.
Yeah,
That I was like, oh my god, they really went all out for that scene. I was like, it was cool. It was really cool to see. Most action we had in the whole movie.
Yeah. It almost like kind of felt out of place though. Like I'm thinking like it just felt like not that like it didn't. I don't know. It was just weird, you know. Maybe it would have made more sense if we had more shots of like more like context for like all the big crowds outside, and like maybe we had like a character that is kind of like a representation of that, where like where all the people, you know, because it just kind of comes in like, what the fuck? There's a fucking bomb.
Yeah, I mean, well, because all the tension was building and building and building, and
Yeah. And they found him guilty on all 3 charges before they.
Well, 3 of the charges. I think there were more.
There's more. Oh, okay.
Well, there's 6 people dead, so
Yeah.
5 that people knew of.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah. By the way, I killed my mom too. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he's it's like kind of at that moment where he's just like, oh fuck, I can't be this guy. Like he already kind of like said, oh, I'm not that guy, and then everyone's just like, no, you are that guy. Don't worry, come with us. You know, and he's just like, no, that's fucking you.
And then he goes to the stairs. He sees Harley, if she's really even there, if this whole scene even fucking happens.
Yeah,
like that's the other thing. That's why I'm thinking, like, did this really happen? Like, I don't even, because it could be a fantasy, but I just.
Also, I think a lot of when he kind of like does, because there's the stuff that he does, like he tries to escape, right?
Yes.
He does a lot of things to the guards that, or he insults the guards, and kind of their relationship kind of dissolves, gets more unfriendly.
Yeah.
You would think that he would be locked in solitary through like the whole trial thing. Mm-hmm. You know, like, dude, you tried to escape, and he's just kind of like in the rec room with everybody. The next scene, I thought that was a little unrealistic. So to see him like be able to escape from the court and go to like his old apartment.
That's why I don't think that scene happened.
You don't think?
I don't think they tried to escape. I don't think that was even a thing.
Oh, okay.
That whole scene, I don't think that happened.
It was all a musical scene, so it could be.
That was all in his head. The fire definitely happened, and then they found out that Lee probably caused it, and him or something like that, and he got thrown in solitary. I don't fucking know how it really happened, but that's how I would perceive it to happen.
There's just like a lot of like, he causes a mini riot a little bit in the, everyone's like, oh, Captain, my captain, kind of basically. Like he doesn't get punished at all. He's just kind of in the rec room smoking a cigarette, watching the TV again.
Yep.
Like something like, is that real? Like you'd think there would be more punishment.
That's why I think more of these rec room scenes are just kind of, that is his real life. Anything else,
like just day in, day out. Because like I feel like he has kind of like that reputation. Like I am the Joker. Like in the beginning, he's just this the laissez-faire, like like I'm the Joker, and he's like smoking a cigarette. He's like, I'm living life. That's life, But like then I don't know. I wish he kind of still had that air to him for the whole movie, and then
the gravitas.
Yeah, he kind of.
That's why I'm saying he regressed. He regressed as a character in this. And
do you think she was pregnant?
No.
No?
No. That scene didn't happen.
In the cell?
Yeah, that's when they were in the cell and had sex. That didn't happen. There's no way that scene happened.
But the steps. All right. So did the other scene, the musical scene, when she visits him, at the visitation thing. Did that happen, you think?
Maybe, but she never answers the question though. Because she says, "Hey, are you?" Or
what if their son is the actual Joker?
no, but I don't think. I don't know. See, again, I don't know how much of this movie actually happened, and it makes you question it more and more. And it's just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, why do we care so much about this? Because the character was written well. I will say that. Character is written really well, all of them. But it's just so open-ended. You don't know where it ends.
Yeah.
Even though it does officially end.
Yeah, Arthur's definitely dead, and Arthur's definitely not the Joker that you think of.
Yeah.
So now, going back to that, our rankings of the Jokers, can he technically be? Because a lot of people in the comments are arguing like he's not even technically the Joker. But then you got to say Cameron Monaghan isn't either. So he's Jerome.
Well, at least his stuff was real. Everybody has their own opinion on the Jokers, and just hey, just
everybody chill.
Everybody chill. Yeah, mine is Heath Ledger. I grew up with him, so hey. And Mark Hamill is number 3. Cesar Romero. I've seen a few things with him as the Joker, and he's kooky. He's just not my kind of Joker.
So that's how I view Nicholson. Where it's just like he's kooky and like I just
Nicholson. I think I just love Nicholson.
No, he's great.
Yeah, that might be it.
But like
Jackie boy.
There's different ways to look at it. Like
His son's gonna be in Smile too.
Jack Nicholson's son.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that either. I was just like, oh, he's on one of the posters for it. I'm like, oh, he does look like Jack Nicholson. It's kind of creepy. I'll pull it up later.
Oh, was he the one where because we were walking, they had the stand where it's like a bunch of different cuts of his face and they're all like,
yeah, that's his son. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Anyway. Yeah. I think we're kind of winding down on this. Any last thoughts on Joker Folie Do?
Yeah. I mean, I just wish it wasn't, like a Joker movie. Like I wish there was some.
It's a great character study.
Yeah, like I like everything that kind of happens in the story. It's just the whole mythos, and because we know it's a killer clown, and you can't associate that not with Joker and Batman. It just kind of muddles it, but it's a great story. Like this is a great 2-parter, I think, to mix together. To see this guy thinking that he can be this symbol and then realize he's just not up to the task. Because you don't see that a lot with martyrs. With the martyr story, it's usually like they die the hero.
Yeah.
And they don't just kind of pussy out at the end, but I thought it was really, really, really interesting to see that.
It's a very real world type of take because Arthur is not a bad person. He's just had a bad life.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're going for.
Yeah, victim of a lot of circumstance. Mm-hmm. Even at the end.
Literally.
Even when he feels like he's taking control of his life, even then, he's still a victim of circumstance.
Mm-hmm. Again, this is a very similar movie. It doesn't make you feel like shit at the end, which is good.
That is good, yeah.
So, I don't...
It's almost like a relief that he's dead,
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it the same exact score. They're both 75s to me.
Yeah, I got
78.
78, yeah. So 78 again for this one.
I'm very surprised I'm giving it that high of a score because I was not looking forward to this movie whatsoever.
Yeah, I only heard bad things.
Yeah. Will I ever watch this movie again over the first one? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the first one's just so depressing for most of it, so I just don't really want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to it. Even like when I'm in a depressed mood, I don't want to watch this movie. I'd rather watch the second one because hey, at least it'll make you like feel a little better.
Yeah, because it's got that fun mountain musical song number in there.
I thought they were gonna play Miley Cyrus's "The Climb" at one point. Nope. I swear to God, if they do this.
They start playing "Shallow," and then Bradley Cooper makes a cameo.
Oh, apparently, there was an original Lady Gaga song in there, and it was the one where they're on Hotel Arkham. That is whatever this is.
Oh yeah,
that is an original Lady Gaga song.
That's cool. Yeah, that's like their first like we're together.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's Joker Folie Do. You can find us on Instagram with @SceneBeforecast. That's SCENE, It Beforecast. And me on Letterboxd, DonutMan96.
I'm Danny. You can find me at Instagram at Danny_Was, my Letterboxd and serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was. What's our next movie?
Our next movie that we will record on a Saturday.
Is it gonna be Saturday night? Like
No, we're not recording Saturday night.
Oh, we're Saturday morning because that's the only
But
time
yes,
we can.
we are doing Saturday night, the SNL movie directed by Jason Reitman, the guy who's done both the Ghostbusters movies recently. So
Perfect person to do that because like Ivan Reitman was kind of around in that area, you know, and then seeing Jason, his son, kind of come in because, you know, he kind of is second hand to all that history there with SNL. So it's I think he would be a good person to do this.
yeah, so we got Saturday night next episode. We are looking to put Joker in the rearview mirror and not touch that again.
We have 2 guests for that, right?
Yes. Well, we have.
Well, James will be in the studio at least.
Yeah, he'll be in the studio. I don't know if he'll be on with us because.
Yeah, Cameron will definitely be on.
Cameron will be on, and then we get to go to Vermont for a chili cook-off that day.
Can't fucking wait,
gonna be
dude.
fun.
Oh, you still gotta buy those tickets though.
Yeah, we should do that. Anyway, so we're gonna go buy these tickets. We'll see you next time.